Hello and welcome to the License Global video series at Brand Licensing Europe. I'm here with Adil Toyuga, Licensing and Business Strategy Director at Bandai Namco Europe. How are you doing?
Hi, Ivan. Very good, thank you.
So obviously you are exhibiting here at the show, but you have this huge wealth of intellectual property at hand. Talk to us about the portfolio, what's on display, and what you're kind of pushing at Brand Licensing Europe.
Absolutely. At Bandai Namco, we have a very unique, I would say, positioning because we have brands coming from the gaming space, brands coming from the anime space, and we develop games and we produce anime. And we're also obviously a toy company, so we have IPs coming from the toy areas. So I think it put us in a very unique position. So yeah, we're talking toys. So we have Gundam, which is doing amazing with more than 26 million toys sold last year. And we're planning to grow again this year. Together with more content, meaning like anime, movies, films, and obviously collaboration in the licensing space. We have Tamagotchi back to the shelves and very successful. And on the gaming space, we have Elden Ring, that is very successful. Tekken 8 coming next year. And Sandland, which is a transmedia IP with anime, game, toys. We have quite a lot of IPs and very excited about that.
So you have Tamagotchi coming back. Let's touch on that a little bit more. Obviously, I grew up with it. It was kind of more my era. But how are you bringing in like new audiences and new fans to the whole product?
Yeah, absolutely. I think when we launched Tamagotchi, we have now, let's say, a three pillar strategy. We have three different targeting. One is the nostalgic. The people who grew up like Tamagotchi, like you and me in the 90s. So that's the Tamagotchi original. And we have the second Tamagotchi, which is the Tamagotchi Uni that we launched this year, that is targeting the kids. And we have the Tamagotchi Nano, which is another version of the Tamagotchi that we use for collaboration. So for example, we partnered with Toy Story, we partnered with Star Wars, we partnered with One Piece, we partnered with all the other brands. So we bring fans to the Tamagotchi world from other universe.
So going from Tamagotchi to Tekken's in its 8th iteration. That's a kind of a big focus for you at the moment. So how has that brand grown? I mean, it was pretty much one of the OG fighting games of its day.
Yes.
Like, how has that changed? How are you bringing in new people?
Yeah. And actually, I remember playing Tekken on my PlayStation 1 and in the 90s. Tekken has sold more than 53 million games and we're going to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the franchise next year. And Tekken 7, which is the last iteration, is the best-selling game, actually, with more than 10 million games sold. So, yeah, we continue to recruit on Tekken. We have a massive esports scene as well that is very successful with the Tekken World Tour, but we have also the regional tournaments. And, Tekken 8 is just going to be the best iteration ever. We have a massive production budget behind it, massive marketing plan, and big expectation and big. We're very confident it's going to be really well received by the fans.
Yeah, I can pretty much guarantee that. Everyone's very excited, and I speak for all fans on that front. So you have like this huge esport and multiplayer fighting game, but there's also so many different video game stories that you have, which are way more in-depth and way more experience-driven. So, like we say, Elden Ring, Little Nightmares even, which is also huge, and they're growing massive followings. So what are you kind of doing on the brand licensing side to bring those brands to life and kind of give something to the fans of the more story-driven games that you have in your portfolio?
Absolutely. I think, for Elden Ring and Little Nightmares, we have two totally different strategies. For Elden Ring, we have a game that has a super, like a premium positioning, super high quality positioning. There is a big lore behind it, but we don't want to be too explicit. We want also to let fans, build their own theory. And so I think for us, the focus for next year is really to provide more experience to the fans and more premium products to the community. And that's what they're demanding. So for example, in January 2024, we're going to start the music orchestra tour. It will start in Paris, and then it will go to other cities across Europe and across the globe. And we'll have more toys as well. We'll have more books. So we have a pretty big publishing program as well coming out. So that's, I would say, for Elden Ring. For Little Nightmares, we announced the Little Nightmares 3 at Gamescom, and the reception was really, really, it was amazing. We had so we won the Best Announcement Award at Gamescom for Little Nightmares. We announced the podcast series. We haven't announced the date, and I'm sorry I can't say it today. But yeah, we are working on what would be a great Little Nightmares game. On the licensing space, what we want to do is provide more stories to the fans and to the players. From the beginning, we wanted Little Nightmares to be a transmedia IP, so there is a rich lore behind it. We tell a little bit of it in the game, and you'll see much more coming for Little Nightmares 3. So I'm talking about comics, about novels, so a lot of publishing content coming for Little Nightmares 3 as well.
So you have this wealth of storytelling from Elden Ring to Little Nightmares 1, 2, and 3. There's even lots of lore in Tekken. But how do you change your strategy for more nostalgic programs like Pac-Man?
Absolutely. For Pac-Man, we launched the IP more than 40 years ago. So for us, the focus is to sustain the IP and to continue to recruit a new audience. So we have a pretty deep content strategy in the pipeline that will talk to, obviously, the nostalgic and also to the Gen Z and millennials. And the 45th anniversary is in the corner, and you should expect a lot of announcement around that corner as well.
Okay, Adil, thank you so much. I really appreciate everything. Thank you everyone for watching. We're going to continue to deliver insights across brand licensing in Europe. Stick with us, it starts here.